Well,
Hi.
I must say, hi. Thank you. That is a warm welcome.
Guys, he smells really good.
I must say, it's nice to meet you, Jimmy. You look very different on TV.
Thank you. Thank you. I've had a little work done. Yeah.
Well, you got a good surgeon.
Thank you. It's great that you're here. Did you see the prom proposal we just did?
I did.
Wasn't
Very
that
sweet.
cute?
Congratulations.
So cute. Did you go to your prom? I feel like you would definitely have gone to a lot of proms.
You know, in England, you don't have proms, but we would have the occasional school disco, which sounds very 80s.
Funky.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty funky. And I only went to one because it was the greatest 2 weeks of my life leading into the worst day of my life. The most popular girl in our school, Rachel Gould, who I had an enormous crush on.
Okay.
Everybody had an enormous crush on. I was 13. So was she. And she asked me to be her prom date or her school disco date. And 2 weeks before. And so I just was made up. I was on cloud nine.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're sort of planning the rest of our lives and, you know, children's names and such. And then the day before, she told me she was only joking. And she went with Sebastian Lippiat instead. And everybody knew, like, we were like royalty at that point in school. Everyone knew that we were going together. So then I couldn't go and ask someone else. So I had to go by myself. And my mom said, "Do you want me to come with you?" I said,
Mom,
no,
you
Mom.
can't. That makes
I'll
it worse. Can I just
Really?
say one thing? F you, Rachel Gould.
I bumped into her a few years ago.
Did you?
And I reminded her of this, and she didn't remember, and she said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Yeah,
She's
too little,
13.
too late, Rach.
Yeah, that's right.
If only she could see you now.
Now that I'm King of England.
Right? You were on Sons of Anarchy for a very, very long time.
Yes.
You rode a motorcycle.
I did.
Do you still ride? You actually rode, right? You're into motorcycles.
I did. You know, it's funny. On Sons, we did it for so long, and we all sort of fancied ourselves little, you know, outlaws.
A real biker gang.
We kind of got the experience of being a little biker club for that 7 years. So I rode everywhere at 100 miles an hour, everywhere I went. And after 7 years, I realized, you know what? You really got away with a lot. I mean, I had.
Were you dangerous?
Yeah. I was. But you know, it's so funny. I only had one really unfortunate incident, and it wasn't my fault at all. I was on the 101 coming in on, like, by Universal, and I just ridden, like, 300 miles up north, like, the whole way.
Right.
And down, no problem. And I came over to get onto the exit, because I was one stop away from where I was getting off the freeway. And this brand new giant white Lexus comes barreling on into where I was, like really aggressively towards me, and I looked over at the car, and there was nobody in the driver's seat.
It was a self-driver?
No.
One of those self-driving cars?
No, the lady that was driving it had dropped her mobile phone and was bending over to pick it up. And there were two cars in front of me pinched in, so I couldn't get by, and an SUV here. And I thought, if she hits me and I hit this SUV, it's game over,
yeah,
amigos.
that's a wrap.
So I said, "What do you do in this situation?" So I went, bam, and slammed my bike into her car. And the peg that my foot was on hit her front wheel and bent under the bike. And I looked down, I felt, and I thought, oh dear, I've just ripped my foot off. And I looked down, and thankfully my foot was still there, but the peg was not. And so after that experience, after 7 years of getting away with it, I thought, after I finished the show, maybe I should take a little sabbatical from riding.
Take a break. Yeah. Well, listen, I feel like we have a lot in common. I've never been in a motorcycle accident. I got my license to impress my husband, who loves motorcycles, and I never rode after I got the license because I'm not good at it. But I know you like motorcycles. I like my husband who likes motorcycles. You like cooking. I love cooking. I also love food. Here's my question. Can we go 3 for 3? I'm really obsessed with animals. Do you like animals?
I do. want to see a picture of my cat? I got a cat.
Of course I do.
I got a cat who is the homie. I've had him 17 years. I actually saved his life.
Legit a picture of your... Wait, what? You saved his life?
I did.
Oh, he's very
Can
cute.
we see that there? You got it?
Yeah, hold it.
Yeah.
There he is. Wait, how did you save his life?
He was born on my roof on Valentine. Well, no, he was born about a week before Valentine's Day, 2000, 17 years ago. And I was going to bed one night and I heard this kitten crying. What sounded like kitten, but it was pouring with rain. And in order to get onto my roof, I used to have to climb onto the garage, and there was about a 3-foot gap, and the roof was about 2 feet higher than the garage. So I'd have to run and, like, Superman style, jump over.
You got onto your roof a lot of times previously before having heard the kitten?
Yeah, you know.
It was like a regular thing,
think
just
about
like,
life,
go up to the
you know,
roof.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And but it was 11 o'clock at night, pouring with rain. I said, I'm either going to kill myself or the cat. So I set my alarm for 5 a.m. the next morning because I was so worried about this cat. And the alarm went off, and I thought, why am I late for work? And I remembered the cat. So I climbed up, no cat up there, went back into the garden, no cat there, climbed up just to check once more, and he was lying. I thought it was a piece of wood. He was lying like this, half submerged in a puddle.
Aww.
And I picked him up, and my heart broke. I literally just started crying. I thought, this is the end of my life. There's no chance for happiness for me now. I've killed this cat. And he was completely solid, like rigor mortis had set in. And he went, and no sound came out. I said, he is alive. So I brought him down and put him under my armpit, trying to warm him up.
Warm him up, right?
And I didn't have a car or anything at that point. I was totally broke, but so I ran to the vet and got to the vet.
You ran to the vet?
Yeah, with the cat.
How far away was the vet?
2 miles away, 2.5 miles away. With the cat
right.
underneath my armpit.
You're kidding.
And then the vet wasn't open because it was 6 o'clock in the morning.
You can't catch a break.
No, really, I know. It was a bad day. So then 2 hours later, they opened, and he's, like, flopping around. They said he's 100% not going to make it. And I said, that is an incorrect analysis, my friend. You are going to give him a shot and put him in an incubator and do anything you can do. You're saving this cat's life. And they said, all right, crazy. We'll do what we can. 4 hours later, they said he made a complete recovery. Come pick him up.
You blew it.
I'm not getting drawn into this mess. There's an army of you. There's only one of me. I haven't had a fight for years. And I'll talk. I'm happy to talk. But there is no way that I am fighting. Oh, thank you.
So good.
Thank you. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you did. Like, just visually, and the acting is great and everything. But speaking of visually, you had a very nice frame in this film. And I don't say that to objectify you. I say that because I care about the human condition. Its sufferings, its victories.
You know, sometimes you go to a photo shoot and
they're
somebody
like, try
convinces
this.
you to do this, and
yeah.
they're like, you gotta break out of your comfort zone,
well,
bro. Yeah.
You know
I'm not
what,
sure
though?
if I need to get that far out of my
Can I tell you something?
zone.
Nobody's looking at the leather pants.
Oh, okay.
They're looking at the upper area. And let me ask you this, because like I feel like you were even bigger in King Arthur because
yeah.
not that I like remember what you look like with your shirt off, but just because I watched it so recently and dreamt about it. What did you do to get in that kind of shape? Like seriously.
I did a lot of fighting. Did some Muay Thai, some boxing, some jiu-jitsu. Guy, the director, is big into jiu-jitsu. But mainly, I set myself a goal of doing 1,000 push-ups a day minimum. So
1,000?
Yeah, for 6 months. And I'm a little bit crazy. If there's a day where I didn't get the 1,000, then I would punish myself and have to do 2,000 the next day.
Oh, so, honey.
Yeah, you know, you got to get after it. The tiger.
Listen. It did great things for you and for the movie. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword is in theaters May 12th.
Do you love clicking buttons and subscribing to things? Then click the button to subscribe to my channel, and you'll finally be happy.